My children, remember this. No one else will come to build Burkina Faso for you. Wherever you go, whatever you achieve, always return to serve your homeland. These were not just words, but a call that echoed deeply across a nation. There are moments in a country's history when a speech becomes more than just talk. It becomes a turning point. In Burkina Faso, such a moment arrived when the president stood before the nation's brightest students and their teachers. What was supposed to be a day of celebration, a day to reward merit and hard work, transformed into a powerful day of reflection. A day when the president delivered a heartfelt message about education, responsibility, patriotism, and the very future of his country. At first glance, the event looked like any other graduation ceremony. Students proudly held their diplomas, teachers were being honored, and congratulations filled the air. But as the speech unfolded, it became clear that this was about more than certificates and achievements. It was about survival, progress, and the destiny of Burkina Faso. The president congratulated the winners, yet reminded them that success is not only about personal gain. True success, he said, lies in service. Service to one's people, service to one's nation, and service to the land that raised you. The central theme of his address was patriotic commitment. He explained that many of these students would soon have opportunities abroad. Some would study in Europe, others in America, and some across Africa. But here lies the real test. Not whether you succeed abroad, but whether you choose to return. Too many, he warned, never come back. They get drawn into the comfortable lifestyles of foreign nations, the higher salaries, modern cities, and endless opportunities. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso, the land that invested in them, is left behind. This is what the world calls the brain drain, and for him, it must end. His message was clear. No matter the circumstances, loyalty to your homeland must come first. The president reminded his people of a simple truth. No one will come to build Burkina Faso in your place. If the best minds leave, who will construct the schools, hospitals, businesses, and systems the country needs? The answer is no one. This was a bold call, because it is not easy to ask young people to return to a country that may not yet provide the same opportunities as richer nations. But his message was about vision, about sacrifice, and about love for one's homeland. He also challenged a mindset that exists not just in Africa, but across the world. Too often, society values diplomas more than skills. A paper certificate is often seen as the ultimate prize. But what matters more, he asked, is not the paper itself, but the action behind it. What can you do? What can you create? What problems can you solve? A diploma is a beginning, not the end. In Burkina Faso, he said, it is time to move beyond the obsession with CVs and degrees, and instead build a culture of innovation, problem solving, and real contribution. This shift is profound. For example, if a student graduates in engineering, the nation does not just need them to show their degree. It needs them to design bridges, repair roads, and invent new technologies. If a student has a degree in medicine, the country needs them to heal the sick, serve rural communities, and strengthen the healthcare system. In his words, education is not a personal trophy, it is a national tool. It must be used to build, not simply decorate a resume. The president also turned his attention to teachers. He praised them not only as educators, but as guardians of the nation's future. Children, he reminded the audience, spend more time with teachers than with their own parents. Teachers shape not only what children know, but who they become. He called on them to go beyond academic lessons. Alongside mathematics, science, and languages, they must also teach values: patriotism, integrity, solidarity, and love for country. Even dedicating 30 minutes a day to these values, he said, could change the future of a nation. Because knowledge without values can be dangerous. An educated person without patriotism may use their skills only for personal gain, or worse, against their homeland. But a person with both knowledge and values will uplift their community and strengthen their country. The president then paid tribute to another group, the Defense and Security Forces, as well as the volunteers who risk their lives daily to defend Burkina Faso. While students sit in classrooms earning diplomas, these men and women sacrifice everything on the front lines. He asked the audience to pause and pray for them, for their protection, for their courage, and for the peace of the country. And then he drew a powerful link. Defending the homeland is not only about carrying weapons. It is also about carrying knowledge, responsibility, and awareness. The youth, he said, are the silent soldiers of development. Their battlefield is the classroom, the workplace, and the community. To make this vision real, he introduced the idea of patriotic immersion programs. These will expose students, even from primary school, to the realities of their country, the struggles, the sacrifices, and the challenges. Because only when young people understand what is truly at stake will they commit themselves to building their nation. Another major theme of his speech was sovereignty. He explained that real development cannot come from outside. Foreign aid, loans, and donations may provide temporary relief, but they always come with strings attached. A country that depends on others is never truly free. True sovereignty means designing your own future, controlling your own resources, and charting your own path. And once again, this ties back to education. Without educated and committed citizens, sovereignty is impossible. He also stressed the importance of representation abroad. Students who travel overseas carry not just their personal names, but the image of Burkina Faso. Every achievement, every word, every action contributes to how the world sees their country. Patriotic commitment, he said, is not only about serving at home, but also about upholding the dignity and pride of your nation wherever you go. Because when citizens are respected abroad, the nation itself earns respect, and doors to trade, cooperation, and opportunity open more widely. Finally, the president closed with a message of hope. He reassured his people that the government is working to improve conditions at home. Universities are being reorganized, new fields of study are being developed, and opportunities are being created so that young people will not feel forced to leave. The aim is simple. The same opportunities that attract people abroad should exist within Burkina Faso itself. That way, success and dignity can be found right at home. In the end, his speech was both a celebration and a challenge. He celebrated the achievements of the students and the dedication of the teachers. But he also challenged them to look beyond themselves. He reminded them that the future of Burkina Faso depends not on outsiders, not on foreign aid, but on the choices of its own people, especially its youth. His call was clear: dream big, achieve much, but never forget your homeland, because no one else will come to build Burkina Faso for you.